Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I'm talking about doctors. Not doctors that you'd go to see to get your bits looked at or well treated by, but Doctors, a TV show, the soap opera on BBC1, which I've been watching since about 2007, and it's the only soap opera I watch, and it's pretty entertaining. It does get a bit ridiculous at times. Recently, one of the best characters ever, Valerie Pittman, played by Sarah Moyle, she left after 10 years to go and do. She's doing a play, I presume in London. I'm not sure, but she obviously wanted to do different things, so rather than, because otherwise, if you get stuck in a soap, you can just be doing that for the rest of your life. And every now and again, they change members of staff within the mill surgery, basically, and like every place of work changes staff over time. But this is something strange has happened. Now this is episode 17, or series 24, episode 17. It's been going since 2000. How they've quite worked out series 24. I suppose we're in 2023, so maybe series 24. So series 1 was 2000, so series 24 is in 2023, something like that. I don't know, but something strange has happened. So we got this episode. This episode ended, and then we got this next time on thing, and this is all with fair use, Mr. BBC. So so that was that was the episode, or the end of episode 17 in the series. And now I was like a few days behind anyway, because this was I've just sort of played catch up for a little while because I sort of fell behind. I fell behind by a few weeks. I almost pretty much caught up during the break over Christmas, and then we get to this. Now the next one listed is episode 18. So this one's called The Leaving Party. Now it wasn't a very good episode, quite frankly, but some of them are hit and miss. So the one we've just come from is Lost, and we've got a new. Someone mentions, so we're going to go through the tweets in a minute. A new receptionist called Kirsty. Apologies, I don't know whether she's a dwarf or midget. Someone's going to complain about that, me getting it wrong. I don't know, so I'm getting that out in advance. But either way, whether it's not a very good actress or whatever, but the character is awful. She's just very. I was going to say she's very short with everyone. I don't mean that in that way, but she's very angry with everyone. She doesn't want to give anyone the benefit of the doubt, and she just snaps at anyone who talks to her. And I don't like people like that. I don't like people who are cocky and so on. That's why I couldn't even get a handle on Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock Holmes. So so he was just sound like a cocky get. So anyway, so we get to episode 18 apparently. Daniel and Zara attend a very unusual party where they are caught up in tensions between a patient, his new partner, and his ex-wife. Now, it was a bit strange when I came to it, because instead of having like a thumbnail from the episode, or a shot from the scene from the episode as the thumbnail, we just had a basic image of all the staff members. So I thought, well, that's a bit odd. And there's no description sort of underneath here. What is going on? And then I wasn't paying attention because I was just going through a few episodes at once. I wasn't paying attention to excuse me, I'm having a little bit of a dry mouth. I wasn't paying attention to the opening credits because it's the same thing every day until someone leaves. Like when Valerie left, they took her out of the opening credits. Of course, with Kirsty, she's in the opening credits, so which means she's here to stay. Princess, a recent character who left, was never in the opening credits, so we knew she wasn't sticking around very long, even though she was there a long time. But what did seem very strange when I watched this, and this was before I went to Twitter, when I got to watching the end of the episode, there was no next time on bit. I thought, that was strange. Did they just sort of forget or something, or were they off for a week or two? Because that sometimes happens. Usually they'll still show a clip from the next episode. The only time they don't really is when it's say when it's I was going to say when it's Christmas, but no, not when it's Christmas, because they'll still show a clip of what you can see in 2 weeks' time. I think when we had they were off for a long time after the pandemic, and they had like a special one-off episode where they were all doing it. They were basically all filming it from home, and they were all, or most of them were, and they were seeing patients over Zoom or Teams or whatever, doing it that way, and that's how they did it. And they did it as like a one-off special episode because they couldn't film anything for ages. So it was very good the way they did that. But I think after that they didn't have any sort of next time on because it was, they didn't know when they were coming back. It was the start of the pandemic. So to have this episode do that, I thought, well, I know half term is coming off. It's coming up for some schools. I never know when that is. I think it's next week for some schools and then the week after for others. Why they don't all do the same week, I don't know. It's been a long time since I had to worry about such things. Excuse me. When you get into the world of work, you don't. You have to just work. You don't get half term from work, sadly. But so we'll play this, and you'll see the opening credits, because when I saw on Twitter, something was a bit strange. Well, I only rewatched these after I saw someone talking about it. So here we go. Just watch. There's Daniel. So we've had Sarah, Daniel, Emma, Jimmy, Al, Sid. Who? Who the hell's that? What? Where did he come from? Has he been put in for a bet? Someone's just joined the cast and no one told us. What? So in the space of 24 hours, minus half an hour, from 2:15 in the afternoon when the last one finished to 1:45 when this one started, they've had a new member of staff join. What? So we just watched the rest of the opening credit, and there's Bear, a ridiculous name. But so what's all that about? Come on. I could have jumped back 20 seconds, but I didn't really want to because I can't just get him by random chance. Can I? Hang on. Sid. There's the new guy. Who is it? I don't know. Excuse me. When I had a look at the end credits for this, he wasn't listed because he wasn't in the episode. And they only list the doctors so the main cast who were in the episode, they only list those in the closing credits. If someone's a regular but they're not on the episode, then they don't get listed. So we were like, who the hell's that? And as I say, there was no next time on. So what on earth's going on? And as I say, I thought I was shortchanging an episode because I thought it's only showing us Monday to Thursday at the moment. It's been doing that for a while. I think they did have Monday to Friday for a good while, like they used to. And then they went back to Monday to Thursday again because they did that during the pandemic when they couldn't make a whole week's worth of episodes. So so I thought I did have, just to think of how many episodes I've still got to watch, I thought I did still have 2 episodes to watch. And then at the end of the episode broadcast on Thursday, I thought, hey, I'm sure I've been shortchanged. But what's been happening? I do ramble a lot, don't I? So somehow I got drawn to looking at BBC Doctors on Twitter, and no, let's not have Molly Parton back. And we had this episode which was from Thursday. Daniel and Zara attended a very unusual engagement party. It wasn't very good. I'll sort of save that tweet for later because there's quite a lot of replies. Debbie says, what's happened to BBC Doctors today? Dropped off during the news and found Animal Park on instead. And because I was always on catch-up, I had no idea that one episode hadn't been broadcast. But Wednesday it was just cancelled altogether and they showed Animal Park. Leslie replies, they said it was because of the earthquake in Turkey and Syria, but I'm sure today's episode won't have an earthquake. You never know in Letherbridge. Letherbridge has as I think it might have been one of the directors once. I was tweeting, replying to tweets, and he said Letherbridge which is the fictional town name of where it's based in Birmingham, they said it has its own unique climate, and that's because each episode has sort of a storyline of the day, and also an ongoing story arc, and because they were shot because they shot about 3 months in advance. The episode, well, part of it will be shot on the day for like the story of the day. They'll shoot that all in one day, and then the ongoing story arc can be shot at any time. So it won't always be shot on the same day as the sort of story of the day content. And this was an episode broadcast in June one year, which would have been filmed in the March, and it was snowing in like the story of the day aspect of it, the story of the day episode, but it was not snowing in the ongoing story arc. So you had some scenes in the same episode that were full of snow, and some scenes that were not. They had no snow. So it was all very, very odd. But yeah, so anything can happen. You could even have you could even have an earthquake in Doctors. Who knows? So although I think there's going to be an explosion. Oh goodness, I wasn't aware of that plot. Thanks for taking the time to reply to me. That's okay. So let's just go back. That's just a clip of an episode I think that's from a few weeks ago actually. Next time on Doctors. Well, that's from Tuesday, and obviously that wasn't what was shown. I noticed the episode has been pulled for unknown reasons. When will the episode be broadcast? Due to current events, today's episode, who's Danny Lee Kerner? No idea. Has been postponed, and at this time will not be airing until further notice. Which WHICH, which means I won't be watching until further notice. No, oh, come on, guy. No preceding episodes will make any sense that they did this with Casualty and COVID, but showed it eventually months later. They should put it on iPlayer and let us have the choice whether to watch or not. Which further ups, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, maybe he's dyslexic, I don't know. I think Bear, the character, is dyslexic as well. So, anyway. So that's just from the episode the other day. BBC, we pay the licence fee, tell us what's happening. And then The Sun, BBC Doctors cancel at the last minute with a whopping 11 episodes scrapped. So, this is bizarre. Now, I'm going to have to apologise in advance. So, I do apologise. Let's, before I do it, because I'll tell you what I'm going to do in a minute. I've got, on my other PC, I've got a DigiGuide. And it basically, I've got listed, because it doesn't excuse me, it doesn't update immediately. So what it's showing me at the moment is the content of what would have been broadcast on Wednesday. So obviously Lost, as you saw, was episode 17. And then in episode 18 was replaced with The Leaving Party. And episode 18 should have been called, and should have been broadcast on Wednesday, Hell is Empty. And the title is, there are multiple casualties when an explosion rips through a medical conference with no known cause, and some of the mill staff are caught up in the carnage. So you saw the guy with the bomb there, and he looked a bit mad. Then anyone who sets off a bomb is clearly mad. Then the episode on Thursday was meant to be called Aftermath, so Aftershock. That would be episode 19. Zara deals with the aftermath of the explosion, while Daniel tries to get everyone to speak to a counsellor with differing results. Rob and Jimmy help. Excuse me. I'm not feeling very well.
Hey, my name is RGT85. I might set up a GoFundMe.
Rob and Jimmy help a police officer who was part of the rescue team in the explosion, but all is not what it seems. So, yeah, so this is what I'm going to have to apologise for. I'm going to have to look on the Sun's website. The horrible, horrible Sun. BBC schedule shake-up as Doctors... Oh, go away. Reject all. It's the sun. Oh, fuck off. I hate these. I just said no. I hate these things that pop up all the frigging time. Oh, no. No, 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 no. I bet if I click I'm in, it'll go. Always block. Bug off. Oh, God, we're stuck with it, aren't we? Go away. Can I just refresh that? Is it coming back? Okay, the BBC has had a huge schedule shake-up as Doctors was cancelled last minute. Usually airs at 1:45 on weekdays. Cancelled last minute Wednesday. Wednesday's episode did not air until after the Syria and Turkey earthquake tragedy, but the episode was cancelled last minute following the earthquake. The decision to cancel the show was made because it was set to feature a huge explosion. The Doctor's official Twitter account read, "In light of news in Turkey and Syria, today's build episode of Doctors will be replaced with Animal Park Heroes." Yeah, it's not quite the same, is it? Wednesday's episode was number 18 in Series 24, and while the show returned today, i.e. Thursday, some Doctors fans were not impressed by the move, with one writing on Twitter, idiotic, crass, stupid, ignorant decision. Well, just like everything the sun does. Your audience are not children. You could have just put out a warning beforehand about the explosion episodes. We are capable of making our own minds up whether to watch or not. Skipping 2 weeks ahead, utterly mad. Apparently they've skipped 11 episodes, and so they've actually shown the one on Thursday was episode 29 and has been renamed episode 18. So they've skipped 11 episodes, but at 4 a week at the moment, it's pretty much 3 weeks. Another one, could you please show the missing ones on iPlayer? Viewers should be mature enough to decide for themselves. I agree. Put them on iPlayer, we can just watch them all. A third tweeted, "Don't understand the logic of not showing the episode. There is a war in Ukraine that's been going on for a year, but that wasn't part of the consideration." A fourth agreed, writing, agree with the consensus that the missing episode should be on iPlayer. Viewers can then make their own minds up instead of having censorship imposed on them. Excuse me. Doctors airs weekdays whenever they feel like it. So that's that. That's just more pictures from that episode, and yeah, we'll bring that up. Unless that's the same tweet as before. No, it's a different one. This is it. A new guy in the opening credits today. Nobody knows because they've. Sorry, a new guy in the opening credits. Nobody knows because they've skipped ahead 11 episodes. What? Will we ever get to see them? I think they showed that episode today because it was standalone and inconsequential. Yeah, because it didn't feature the new guy. I assume on Monday they'll have the explosion episode, so that would be Monday 20th of February. Don't hold me to that. Is it 20th? No, sorry. But I don't even know what bloody day I'm on. The next episode of Doctors, at the time of recording this, is Monday 13th of February. So, will they go back to that one? Unlikely, I would say. Currently, the episode that's listed, so this is going to change anyway, it just says episode 20 of series 24, so obviously that's after episode 19, and we've not had an episode 19 because episode 29 was relabeled 18. But that episode, the intended episode for Monday, was called Ways of Seeing. Rob struggles to adjust to living with Scarlett. Because she's living with them now. Emma challenges Luca to cook a meal, and Bear is caught between two old friends in the middle of a marriage breakdown. Then episode 21, Nurses and Doctors. Daniel and Zara throws Joe a birthday party when Rumer and Scarlett are confused by Kirsty's living arrangements. Sid clashes with an agency nurse in a number of unexpected ways. So these will be the plot lines which you probably won't see. Wednesday next week would have been episode 22, Hearts and Minds. Rob treats Karen to a special night while Kirsty and Rich come to an understanding. Emma encourages Luca to talk to Jamie, and Rumer goes on a blind date. Thursday the 16th would be Persuasion, episode 23. Ollie comes home from the army with a surprise, and Nina arrives at the mill and makes her mark. Well, he doesn't look like a Nina. Scarlett is asked out by an old work colleague, but he's getting quote-unquote coaching on how to seduce her. Then the next one would have been Monday, February the 20th, which would have been episode 24. God. Excuse me. Nina wants to join the mill as a partner, while Kirsty and Rich have to tell Ollie the truth. Ollie's their son. Allie's recruited by a true crime podcaster to help solve a mystery. 21st of February, Digging In, episode 25. Kirsty does her best to protect Ollie, but wonders if it will be enough. Daniel and Zara learn more about Nina's plans, and Jimmy helps the young cricket star face her problems. So these have nothing to do with the explosion. So if they're going to just skip 2 episodes, they could have just skipped 2 episodes. And the episode they did show on Thursday saw Bear he had a plaster on his head with no explanation. But I know he injured himself a few episodes ago or something. So I wasn't really paying attention, but I just sort of assumed it was to do with that. So that was episode 25. Then Wednesday, 22nd of February would have been... Oh, that's also listed as Digging In. Hang on. No, it's not. Sorry. Wednesday, 22nd of February would have been The Right Move, episode 26. Rob and Karen plan to surprise everyone, and Kirsty and Rich are concerned about Ollie's future. Zara's patient is determined to find her missing parent. And then Thursday, 23rd of February would have been Runaway Train, episode 27. Nina has a surprise for the staff at the mill. So this would have been episode 27. Nina has a surprise for the staff at the mill. Luca opens up to Jamie about his past, while Emma is concerned about the trouble on campus between students and a security guard. After that, it would have been episode 28 on Monday, 27th of February, but DigiGuide doesn't go that far as of yet. So, right, let's see what else we've got in here. So let's go back. Not only have we missed episode 18, we've now jumped ahead to 29. I think, is it 11 of the episodes, or 18 to 28? Yeah, so that's 11 episodes. When will we get to see them? Remembering today's episode of 18 on iPlayer would imply you are never going to show the missing episodes. How disrespectful to all those involved with the creation of the show and to fans. I think they've renamed it as 18 because it aired after 17, well, obviously. It could be offensive. Mr. Ben's twin. That's me done with now. Crap midget actors and woke BBC management cancelling 2 weeks of shows because apparently an explosion is like an earthquake. What else? This episode. Well, yeah, it was. It was a terrible episode. BBC pulled up the stops to cancel 11 Doctor's episodes due to the earthquake. Well, the soap went ahead with a different episode anyway. So, yeah, it's Leaving Party was put back from Wednesday. Well, no, that wasn't put back from Wednesday. That is episode 29, because 29 brought forward because it had this new guy in there. So 18 to 28. It was 18 to 28 that we're missing actually. Skipped 11 episodes due to the recent. But yeah, so the explosion would have been episode 18. It's just ridiculous. Come and work with us at BBC Doctors. Team assistant job going. Great entry level position for those looking to get into story and script. Deadline today. I would have happily gone for that, but I doubt it would pay enough, sadly. Also, is that where Heston and Rumour had their Bollywood proposals? I don't know where that's. Heston as a character has been dead for ages. So, yeah, it's another 3 episodes of TV are ready to edit. Where are the episodes that we've missed? And who's the mystery dude in the opening credits randomly? This is weird now. So let's see what we've got here. So a few just tweets to look at. Tension rises between the new Thursday's terrible episode. Can we please watch yesterday's episode? Has it been cancelled? There's tension for your regular viewers. Not only have we missed episode 18, we've now jumped ahead to 29. That's 11 missing episodes. When will we get to see them? And I think this is sort of, showing some of the content we've had earlier. Why didn't you show the episode that was meant to be shown yesterday? I'm at a loss because of the earthquake in Turkey. We have to not watch a certain episode. It's beyond ridiculous. Very disappointed. Then the same episode. Hopefully the missing episode will be shown eventually, as it was with Casualty that time. It is a shame, as an extra amount probably went into that episode, and they were probably very excited for it. Yeah, if you got an explosion in it, then there'll be a lot going on. Also, it'd be nice if, as viewers, we have the choice to watch or not, even on the iPlayer. Because probably if you're in a situation where you're personally affected by something reported on the news, you're not watching daytime TV. Exactly. Is that the right episode, or have you completely written off yesterday's and today's episode? It's a bit confusing. So again, sort of more of the same information. I guess at some point they'll have to air them, given Wendy Peters' character makes her first appearance. So I guess she's Nina. So that's definitely not the black guy in the opening credits. So yeah, and why didn't they rejig the credits? That would be a thing as well. And why isn't Nina in the opening credits? Unless she's obviously not going to be hanging around a long time. So yeah, Series 29, Series 17, and so on and so on. When are we going to see the episodes, kind of thing? So yeah, you get where this is going. Oh, someone thought it was a good episode. It was rubbish. So yeah, everyone's a bit pissed off. Pointless now after nearly 2 weeks. Well, it's not nearly. It's nearly 3 weeks of content. I've only been watching over 20 years. So there we go. So everyone's rather mad. Oh, there's always someone. Honestly, all you people moaning about the BBC trying to be tactful and sympathetic to people who might have relatives, loved ones involved in etc. etc. So anyway, the BBC speaks. In the light of news in Turkey and Syria, today's episode will be replaced by Animal Park Heroes. Doctors is an explosion, not an earthquake, so no resemblance whatsoever. Characters are literally buried in rubble. Who's Duncan Lindsay? Well, maybe Duncan gets to see them in advance. I don't know. I guess if you're writing about it daily, then you'll get... I mean, I do reviews of TV shows, so I get to see a lot of things in advance. I don't do reviews of every episode of Doctors, so I don't bother asking for episodes of Doctors, because I'll just watch it on iPlayer. You know, occasionally I'll watch it live, but usually I'll just watch it on iPlayer later on. So, right call by the show and the BBC here. Oh yeah, thank you, Duncan Lindsay. Thank you for taking away the choice, the choice that we have. God, it's like Roe versus Wade all over again. Taking away the choice by repealing Roe versus Wade. Oh God, yeah. Do we ban every drama now, including these things? No, but postponing for something for one day is a mark of respect to an event that's killed. I mean, obviously, it's a lot more people now, but it's not the fact that it's postponing it for one day. It's about moving an episode. It's the fact they've trashed 11 episodes. That's not just postponing it for a day. That's a madness. Yes, all programs are cancelled until folks stop getting upset. People are still dying today, but should we continue to cancel? Yeah, we should be given the choice. Poor and incorrect call, Duncan. It's just TV. Well, that's your job, Duncan. You write for the Metro, which is part of the Daily Mail. I thought the Sun was bad enough. The Daily Mail, they're just shithouses. They really are. So, Duncan, you write for some right cunts. You really do. When we just people who apparently aren't responsible enough to be able to make our own judgments as to whether to watch it or not. When will the episodes be aired, etc., etc. Because we're just gonna be at a loss. And you did have to the time to jump 2 episodes. Should have just shown it with a warning for those who might have been affected by it, etc. Melanie Luce says it's her daily escape from reality. Quite agreed. Will they be on iPlayer? So it's just no one knows what's happening. Absolute madness. The episode shown today, Thursday, had opening titles clearly showing who had been killed in the bomb blast. Awkward. How do you explain that? Maybe an alien abduction. No one was missing, were they? Yeah, there wasn't anyone missing that I'd noticed. Shame there are 4 I'd happily never see again. Sid, yeah, Sid. It's a bad character. Yeah, he's there. He said, who was it? The opening title saw a new person, a male one in a red jumper. All the other people are still in it. Yeah, because they've just sort of shortened the time they all get. Yeah, so they could have got rid of some of them. So I think we're all done with that tweet. Not bothered about missing an episode. Well, it's not an episode. It's missing 11 episodes. So yeah, and they can't not screen an episode when it's a continuing story. So it's just a bit mad. And everyone's wondering when it will be on. So yeah. Yeah, so they show other harsh things, but they don't show doctors. It's just crazy. Derek says, basically we have 24 hours of fluffy kittens. Quite right, Derek. Let's have 24 hours of fluffy kittens. I'd rather have fluffy kittens overnight than just showing BBC News. Good God. So, yeah. So, oh, the right call was made. If the earthquake had happened in the USA and this decision was made, no one would complain. Yeah, the USA comment makes no sense. Maybe if the earthquake had happened in Birmingham, but yeah. But I remember around about 2000 we did get sort of mini earthquakes, and I remember I think 1 or 2 bit. Yeah, it wasn't a big earthquake obviously, but a few bits fell over. I remember Frank Skinner, comedian, he's from Birmingham. He had a TV show on ITV at the time, and he said. So let's get some water. Hang on. He didn't say he'd get some water, but he said, yeah, in Birmingham they had an earthquake and it caused £50,000 worth of home improvements. Yeah, agreed. Kirsty says, are we going to get an extra episode on Friday in that case? No, because they're just using that time to rerun old Father Brown episodes, and if they've ditched 11 episodes, then that's a lot of extra episodes they've got to make up. Yeah, someone's trying to equate it with other political things. So, yeah, everyone's sort of, well done, very respectful. Thank you for your consideration. Good job there wasn't a big motorway pile-up on the morning of the Heston car crash episode, was it? Getting on an iPlayer. So, yeah, it's just another idiot. There's always the off button. So yeah, I could just show all the. Yeah, quite right, Fozzie Bear. Quite right. I fully agree. So is that all? No, it's just going on and on and on. So there's lots of yeah, you get the idea where this is going. So yeah, no one's happy. Oh, quote tweets. I like quote tweets. What do they say? Yes, exactly. Thank you, Jack Nicholson. You speak for us all. Absolutely crazy, pathetic decision. We are adults and able to make our own decisions. For goodness sake, show it on iPlayer. Why? Oh, there's 4 quote tweets. It shows how fact and fantasy are too closely related. Maybe they should write more fantasy that isn't related to factual events. Entertainment is alternative reality. Let's go back to old Jack Nicholson. So yeah, there we go. Doctors, what a shambles. Come on, BBC, sort it out. It's our license fee that we pay for, after all. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. In the meantime, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already, click on the bell for all notifications, and cue Genesis.